Alhaji Hayatu Deen.
Yes. Where did you lose me, Babajide?
No, we were just talking about, we were gossiping about you in the studio. We were just gossiping about you.
Did you lose
me? We were wondering where have you been all this while. You know, and we were talking about the fact that we have bright people in our country. We just need probably the intervention of Providence to ensure that the best get to rule us. That's the point that we are discussing.
Okay, so I haven't gone anywhere. I was born here. I was bred here. I went to school here. I have lived with my family here. Never lived abroad. I've attended a couple of postgraduate programs abroad, and that's it.
Yeah, I wanted to also ask you.
I was making a contribution in my own space.
Okay.
But like I said earlier, my own space is actually very large.
I wanted to ask you
for a very long period of time.
I wanted to ask you, Alhaji Hayatu Deen, why did you choose the PDP instead of the APC? Because you told us earlier that you even worked on the transition committee of President Buhari. Do you really see any ideological difference between these two dominant parties?
So essentially, as a technocrat and as a patriot, I have worked for all kinds of military administrations and civilian governments. There's hardly any of these civilian governments I haven't worked for. I collaborated very strongly with President Obasanjo when he was president for 8 years. And he had unleashed very bold reforms, and we were partners in progress with the Nigeria Economic Summit, because this was something that we had been preaching since 1992. And by the time he came into office, even during the military era, we had also collaborated with the military governments between 1992 and 1998. Now, you asked me the question, why did I actually go in for the PDP? The answer is simple and straightforward. One, I had done my homework very carefully, and I had observed at very close distance the performance of the PDP as a party. One, is the largest party, I believe, in Africa. Second, it is an organic party and is not the product of mergers or amalgamations. Number three, for a period of time in its history when it was in government, it had run this country for a sustained period of 16 years out of our 22 years of democratic government. But most importantly, when President Obasanjo was on the saddle, he injected a great deal of energy into the institutions of government by carrying out major reforms in the public service and the bureaucracy, because he clearly understood that in order for him to function and function effectively, he needed a very robust and efficient public service. Second of all, he took advantage of major reforms that were taking place around the globe at the turn of the 21st century, at the dawn of the 21st century, to then get Nigeria connected to the global grid and unleash bold reforms which actually opened up this economy through a process of liberalization, deregulation, and privatization of many industries. In so doing, we saw a major expansion of output by turning over assets from the public sector to the private sector. We saw a major revolution in the telecoms industry, where our number of landlines were just very, very small, probably standing at about 300 or 400,000.
We could go on and on.
We're talking about tens of millions through the GSM revolution.
You really made our day.
Many other reforms were actually carried out under his administration. And unfortunately, by the time he left office, things began to slow down, And this is now a time to actually latch on.
Alaji, we have to leave it there. Our time is fast spent.
I'm offering myself to service. I'm offering myself for service under the platform of the PDP to actually pick up from where things were left.
Okay.
And now take it at astonishing speed and launch Nigeria into a completely new era of peace, stability, and progress.